A campaign stop backfired on Republican Senate candidate Carly Fiorina today. She got a big surprise when she tried to challenge incumbent Senator Barbara Boxer's support of federal stimulus funding. Eyewitness News reporter John North is here with a look at what happened. John?
Michelle, Republican U.S. Senate candidate Carly Fiorina picked the wrong location to use as an example of how her Democratic opponent supports a stimulus program that wastes money. Democratic Senator Barbara Boxer says federal stimulus money has worked and put people to work. Her opponent calls the stimulus bill a failure. The former head of Hewlett-Packard used a vacant lot as the backdrop for continuing her attacks on Barbara Boxer's support for the federal stimulus bill. The owners, New Horizons, wanted to use stimulus money to turn the lot into a daycare center.
The stimulus bill that Barbara Boxer promised would bring help and hope and jobs to the state of California, that stimulus bill has failed.
In a statement, Boxer's campaign says the senator voted for the Recovery Act, or stimulus, because it provided the largest middle-class tax cut in history and jobs. Less than a mile from the Fiorina News Conference is a new 30-unit, low-cost housing development funded in part by stimulus money. Glendale gave New Horizons $131,000 in stimulus money and $210,000 in federal block grants. New Horizons now admits the economy has hurt expected donations, and the project will not be built at this time.
After more than 2 years, all of those federal funds have already been spent. And yet, this lot behind me is still empty. Not a bit of construction has been done, and the lot is now actually up for sale.
What Fiorina did not know is that New Horizons sent a letter to Glendale last month acknowledging the family center's financial problems. Fiorina was using the empty lot as an example of throwing good money after bad. But in the letter, New Horizons says the $310,000 which were allocated and spent on the development project will be reimbursed, and the money will come from the sale of the properties. The news took Fiorina by surprise, but she rolled with it.
It doesn't change the fact that we have examples of waste of taxpayer money all throughout this state and all throughout this nation.
Fiorina praised New Horizons for doing the right thing by promising to return the federal money. In our poll 2 weeks ago by Survey USA, Fiorina was 2 points ahead of Boxer. That's effectively a tie. And in 2 previous polls, Fiorina also held a slim lead over Boxer. Michelle?
John North, thank you, and stay with Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the race and issues you'll vote on in November. You'll also find political news on abc7.com. Click on Vote 2010.